What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're back talking about Esports Boxing Club, of course, and we're going to be talking about the fighters that were announced. There was 26 fighters announced yesterday in yesterday's video with the fighter announcement episode 1. Some of them we already knew. Ricky Hatton, we already knew. Josh Taylor, we already knew. Joe Joyce, Alexander Povetkin, we already knew. And then I knew about Amir Khan already. So at the 26, all fantastic fighters, don't get me wrong. Fighters like Sean Porter, Josh Taylor, Butterbean, which I just think is hilarious, Amir Khan, Oscar Valdez, Virgil Ortiz Jr. All great fighters, but there are 5 in particular that I am most excited around. I will put the screenshot up on screen right now of all 26 fighters if you guys just want to have a quick look, because I'm not going to try and pronounce every name, because some of them I cannot pronounce. I fucking suck at pronouncing names. It is my biggest weakness when it comes to being an MMA and boxing fan. And yeah, but we're going to jump into the 5 that I'm the most excited for. If you guys want to pause the video, quickly put in the comments, guess what 5 I'm most excited for. So whoever gets closest or whoever gets them bang on will get the comment pinned, which I always think is a fun thing to do. So let's get into it. Now I'm going to go in order of the top 5. So we're going to start with obviously 5, then 4, 3, 2, 1, as you guys know how to count. And this may be a bit of a interesting order. You guys may not agree with it, but at number 5, the fifth most excited, I suppose I am, is Roy Jones Jr. I mean, how could he not be on the list? Yes, he is relatively early on the list. One thing I'm hoping for the most out of him is for them to get that snap pull back. I think that would be fantastic to see. You know, I'm sure they will, because they're focused on boxing simulation, boxing realism. So I'd be more surprised if they didn't get that. Obviously, we know Roy Jones is a legend, 66-9 with 47 KOs, standing at 5'11", light heavyweight division. But they also did say heavyweight in the clip. It come up saying heavyweight, so I don't know if he'll be in both. He very well could be, but then that is quite a gap. That would then put him in light heavyweight, cruiserweight, and heavyweight all at once. But regardless of that, I see him obviously in the light heavyweight division mainly, and yeah, super awesome fight to have. I would say maybe all 5 of these, definitely 4 out of 5, I did not expect them to get. And Roy Jones was definitely one of them. He would have been one of the last ones I would have guessed, to be honest. I wouldn't have thought he would have been in the game, but I am blown away by the fact that he is. Now, as we move on to number 4, and that is the middleweight, 21-0, Sweet Hands, Caleb Hunter Plant. This guy is a beast at super middleweight, 21-0, 12 KOs. Maybe next up for Canelo in the future. He could, you know, give him a few more fights, and I think he could be ready for Canelo. Do I think he'll be Canelo? Absolutely not. But I think he's a super exciting fighter to have in the game. He, despite only having 45%, no, it'd be more than 45%, my apologies, about 60% KO rate at 12 KOs in 21 fights. I could see him being much more of a late finisher in the game. I think he'll come in and, you know, you could definitely do some early damage, but I think come that 6th, 7th, 8th round, you'll be able to start putting people away. His power will carry on. He doesn't have that one-punch killer power, you know, in the first round, like a Mike Tyson power. I feel like he has that long-term power. Eventually, it's so much, he just cracks you once, and it's kind of game over for you. And yeah, I genuinely was really happy. I'm a huge fan of the super middleweight division. So I was honestly blown away to see him. I was hoping they were building towards Canelo, but unfortunately they weren't. But super happy to see him in this game. You know, he's going to get more recognition as well, like he deserves. That's one thing with every one of these fights. They're going to get more recognition because casual fans turn to hardcore fans when they play video games. So, you know, I'm happy for him in that regard, and I'm just happy in general that he's going to be in the game. And then we jump all the way up to the cruiserweight, or I suppose heavyweight now, division, and that is Oleksandr Usyk. I mean, this man, how could you not love this man? He's not only fucking hilarious, he's standing at 18-0, 6'3", not big compared to their current heavyweight champions, but the dude moves quick. You know, he moves like his Ukrainian counterpart, Vasily Lomachenko. They both move so well, and Usyk does it in a bigger frame with a bigger hit. 13 KOs out of 18 wins. Fantastic. You know, he had a good fight against Derek Chisora, I think, in his first heavyweight bout, or was it first or second heavyweight bout? I think it was his first. I think it might have been his second heavyweight bout, you know. But, you know, dude's a freak. Dude's good. I'm looking forward to... I think he will arguably be one of the quicker heavyweights right now, as far as we know for the roster. That could be wrong in the future. But as of right now, I'd say when it comes to head movement and, like, the footwork, I could definitely see him being the faster, snappier heavyweight of the roster. While he will have his weaknesses, like if he gets caught, you know, kind of sidestepping, he could get caught and get put away. But as of right now, I think he's going to be one of the quicker heavyweights in the division. And another fight that I just didn't expect. He leads me to believe that we will eventually get Lomachenko in the game. But as of right now, I'm so excited to see him. And hopefully they put him in the cruiserweight division, start to build the cruiserweight division around him. Even though he is now an active heavyweight, I hope, because he was the unified cruiserweight champion, they put him in that division as well and build a cruiserweight division around him. And as we move on to number 2, these two are really close. I was really tied, but number 1 just has to be who he is. But number 2 is Edgar Berlanga. This dude, the chosen one. Honestly, he sounds like a video game character. 16-0, 16 first round knockouts, 6'1" at super middleweight. Honestly, that is just unheard of. 16 first round finishes at the pro ranks. Sorry guys, the last guy he fought was 15-1 and he put him away in the first round. I mean, he is a video game character. He is playing on easy mode. His whole career looks like he's playing on easy mode. I mean, he's not. He's fighting people with positive win records consistently. Like, very rarely does anyone he's fought, no one he's fought has had a losing record. The closest is 7-5, 19-13. Every single person he's fought has had a winning record, and he has finished 16 people in a row in the first round. He has not fought for longer than 3 minutes in his professional career, which is just insane. I was honestly buzzing to see him be put in the game, and that for me is just incredible. I cannot wait to play him in the game. I cannot wait to fight him in the game. Everything about him being in the game is fucking amazing. Then we move on to number 1. I'm sure you guys are thinking it's either this guy or Amir Khan or someone like that. But in my opinion, without a doubt, the pound for pound at number 2, that is my personal opinion, Terence Bud Crawford. This man really needs no introduction. Welterweight division. He is an awkward southpaw with an incredible switch stance. Honestly, the stories he has, I watched a thing once where he said that he learned to fight orthodox, or he learned to fight southpaw, I think, because he originally fought the other direction, and someone asked him to spar, but they said they only wanted a specific stance, and he lied, said he could done it, and he sparred 12 rounds in the stance he had never sparred in before, and that's how he now has an incredible switch stance and the capability to switch between orthodox and southpaw. 37-0, 28 KOs, recently beat Kell Brook in 4 rounds, which says enough really, because Kell Brook at 39-2 is no joke. This was one of the ones where this was such a big announcement. I wasn't shocked because I didn't expect it at all. It come up and I was just like, Terence Crawford's there. Like, I was genuinely in so much shock that he was in. I didn't really have much of a reaction. Then after that, I was like, okay, anyone's possible. We could be getting Edgar Berlanga. We could be getting Usyk. We could be getting Canelo. We could be getting anyone. And I did not expect it at all. They announced him for, like, so early on, so casually, as if it was, like, no big deal. Like, oh, by the way, we got one of the pound for pound greats, Terence Crawford. Like, no big deal. It was insane. And this is without a doubt the fighter I'm the most excited to see in the game, to play with in the game, to play against in the game, take online, fight with friends, do a career with, everything. I cannot wait to see this man in game. If I could ask a gameplay of one fighter, it would be him, without a doubt. Let me know your guys' top 5 out of the 26 fighters that were mentioned in yesterday's video. Let me know your guys' top 5. Saying, I love it. I cannot wait to play this game. I cannot wait to see more about this game. And obviously, I will be doing my usual videos, as you guys know, my UFC stuff, and just having fun with different games. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will be covering Esports Boxing Club as soon as news comes out. And I'll be playing other games as always and streaming throughout the week. But don't forget to leave a like, guys. Subscribe down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.